Supercross main event. And we'll check out the starting line now for this Coors Light Challenge. Marty Smith, this 250cc main event is about to get underway. A lot on the line. The championship has been decided, but the battle for second place is going to be intense. Let me set it up quickly. Damon Bradshaw is 7 points ahead of Jeff Stanton. Now, the rider that ends up the season in that number 2 position will take home $50,000 from the RJ Reynolds folks, the Camel brand, and that's a lot of bucks. Card is sideways. This one, Marty, about to get underway. Quickly, your pick.
Damon Bradshaw.
You got to go with Bradshaw. He was the most exciting rider and the fastest rider in heat race competition. The gate is down. It's underway.
Bradshaw stuck in the gate.
Bradshaw is not going to win this one. No way. He's still stumbling back in the gate as we're taking a look at the pack. And it looked like Larry Ward, rider number 10. And it is Ward on the Suzuki, followed by Jeff Ward. A pair of Wards out front. Jimmy Gaddis is right up there. Look at this. Gaddis, who was one of the stars of that 125 class, is giving chase to the leaders. Jeff Matasovich is in there. Jeff Stanton back in about the 7th or 8th spot. And there's Bradshaw. Oh, boy, he has got to be mad. That starting gate that Bradshaw was stuck in, it's designed to curb a rider from jumping the gate. The individual sections of the gate will allow the gate to drop, and if one rider has nudged ahead, that rider will be caught while the rest of them can go ahead. There goes Matasovich. He made a pass now. Matasovich, moving through traffic, has already moved up 1 position. There's Larry Ward out front, the Suzuki rider. Jeff Ward, last week's winner, running in the number 2 position, rider number 3, and I believe that Matasovich now has moved up to the number 3 position, and there he is, Chicken, Jeff Matasovich, running 3rd. But right now, Larry Ward aboard the Suzuki, showing the rest of the veterans in this one the short way around the racetrack. And there's a rider that none of us talked about, Marty. And Jeff Ward trying to put the moves on Larry Ward. No relation, let's establish that. Jeff Ward going to the inside, and Ward, he wants another win. He won just 1 week ago. He's looking to make it 2 in a row. Ward alongside. Has he got enough momentum? Can he push? And he does. He makes the pass. He pushed Larry Ward out, and Wardy, the veteran, 1 week from tonight will be 30 years of age. He's going to celebrate that birthday at the LA Coliseum, has taken over the number 1 spot. What a thrill for Jeff Ward.
Larry, there's got to be a lot going on in Jeff's mind right now. He's crashed twice tonight. He's got to smooth out. He wants this win badly.
I don't think you're going to see that kind of a ride, a crash-filled ride from Wardy. He's put himself in that front-running position. Now, here's a battle. Look at this. Matasovich working on Larry Ward. You talked earlier about the intensity in Jeff Matasovich and wanting to win bad. Well, Matasovich grew up not too far from here. Now, he goes deep into the corner, but Larry Ward saw it coming, and he just got on the brakes and dove on
there
the
he goes.
But here
inside.
Here he goes. Ward right back to the inside. What a battle they're having for this number 2 position. This is the kind of thing that will make Matasovich, he'll be mad now. Watch this.
Tough turn.
He's going to go right there. Beautiful pass. Good pass, but Ward does the same thing. This time, does he have enough momentum? No, indeed. Matasovich.
Look at Dubach.
3 consecutive corners. 3 consecutive corners. Has put himself right into the driver's seat in this one as he now gives chase to his teammate and the veteran, Jeff Ward. Doug Dubach, you said, look at Dubach. He's just cropped up in the number 4 position coming into our screen. Dubach has cut a swath through this traffic. Behind Dubach, and here's Guy Cooper. Well, we have got them all up front. Doug Dubach, Jeff Stanton is up there. This one has got a long way to go, and it's going to be a great main event. Matasovich in second as they dive over the jumps and the humps here in San Jose, Spartan Stadium, and there's the leader, the man of the hour, trying to open up some kind of a lead to leave the rest of these riders behind, but they're not going anywhere.
You know, Larry, Stan's back in about 6th or 7th spot, and he's having a hard time making time on these guys. It's a very hard track to make up time.
It is indeed. It's not really a rough track, so you've really got to plan your lines, and you really have to be precise if you're going to make some kind of a pass. And most of the passing that has been done either in that whoop-de-doo section, that series of moguls, or through a block pass maneuver. There's not much else you can do. Dubach has passed Ward. Ward has dropped off the pace now. And here comes Mike Fisher.
Larry, we're watching Dubach go through that set of whoops, and he's going through there just about as fast as anybody I've seen all night.
Oh, Marty, Doug Dubach has the ability to ride on any portion of the racetrack just as fast as anyone else, but you're right, he's really attacking that whoop section. Dubach's nickname is the Doctor. The doctors we told you can go fast, but he really shines when it comes to starts. Dr. Dubach is the subject of this week's Man and Machine.
Well, the start's very important in Supercross, so I really concentrated on my start technique. I just practice a lot of starts so I'm comfortable on the bike when it leaves the gate, and then, you know, your reaction time and a couple little secrets, but yeah, it's just practicing the start and being ready for the race when it begins.
He ended last year's season on a real good note. He went to Europe and won a couple of races, beating guys like Jeff Stanton and Jean-Michel Bale. And he started off this year really strong with a couple injuries early in the season, sidelined him, and he's really starting to get back in shape and coming on strong at this point in the year.
And why is he called the Doctor?
They nicknamed me Dr. D because I had 5 injuries in just one season. So they felt that I was at the doctor more than I was at the racetrack, and the name just sort of stuck, and I've had it ever since.
And that's it for this week's Man and Machine. A look back at Dr. Doug Dubach. I would tell you that horrendous crash that we just saw, Dubach got up and walked away from that one. We'll be back with more action from Supercross 91, the Ultimate Challenge, right after. From Spartan Stadium in San Jose, California. Here's the battle for the #1 spot as Matasovich has closed the gap on Jeff Ward. Now only a couple of bike lengths separating first and second. Jeff Ward out front, Matasovich looking for running room. Unbelievable race action. Matasovich with a lot of relatives, a lot of friends here in the stands. Spent a lot of his younger life in this area. Matasovich almost goes down. He tried to get that block pass in, and he made it stick, but he almost went down in the process. I think Ward saw that coming and hit the brakes to avoid that confrontation.
Larry, these guys train during the week. They ride about 3 or 4 days a week together. They know exactly what the other one's going to make a move, exactly when. And look at that. Who's that, LaRocque?
Guy Cooper. Guy Cooper has moved to the #2 position, and Cooper is on the gas. He's passed Ward. Unbelievable. Where did Cooper come from?
Ward's not having any of that, though. He's right on his tail again.
Guy Cooper right now watching. Cooper is after Matasovich. I want to go back 1 week ago. We were in Oklahoma City. Cooper and Matasovich with a couple of confrontations, and Matasovich actually took Cooper out. Now, it's going to be interesting to see if Cooper can pass Matasovich, or catch him, I should say. It's going to be interesting to see how he will treat this, because, frankly, he owes Matasovich one. What a race we're having out here tonight. Jeff Matasovich is out in front, and here's Bradshaw again working his way through the pack. He's gotten around Kudrowski, LaRocque, a whole host of riders. He's not going to be able to come close to catching the leaders, but he's doing a dynamite job. Matasovich, and here comes Cooper. Cooper has closed the gap on Jeff Matasovich. Jeff Ward running third, but the action is up front for the #1 position. It's Matasovich, rider #7. Cooper just cut to the inside a little bit. Matasovich now knows he is there. There's the look at back in the pack. We just saw Jeff Stanton. There's Jean-Michel Bale. He's well off the pace. Mike Fisher. A lot of the top riders not even getting a smell in this one. Cooper dropping back about 2 bike lengths on that last lap. Still giving chase to Jeff Matasovich, our leader, rider #7. And Bale has gone down. Jean-Michel Bale, who has wrapped up the championship. Bale is certainly not giving it the ride that I thought he would. I really thought that he would be more competitive and closer in the hunt in this one.
I thought he'd ride a little more relaxed tonight, Larry, and maybe ride a little loose, show a little style, but you never know. We didn't see the crash. He may have run in the back of somebody.
Jeff Matasovich out front. We're looking at Jeff Ward, rider #3, being chased by Dubach and Stanton. Ward was the winner 1 week ago at Oklahoma City. He's not going to get a smell in this one, as the 2 guys out front, that's a prediction. He's not out of it. Let me clarify that. He's still well within striking distance, but I just feel the 2 guys in front of him really have the momentum going their way. And here they are. It's Jeff Matasovich followed by Guy Cooper. We are seeing a barn burner here at Spartan Stadium in San Jose, California. Round 17 of the Camel Supercross Series. It is dynamite. Here comes Cooper. Cooper drawing close again. That whoop-de-doo section, the Suzuki, looks good.
I think Kawasaki has a little horsepower on him, but the Suzuki looks like the suspension works a little better through the whoop.
And Cooper, I didn't see him there momentarily in the screen, and I thought that he might have made a big error, but there he goes. Look at this, going to the inside. He's trying to make this a good, clean race. He's trying to avoid contact, but there's no way that you can avoid contact to make the pass. Or I should say, not contact, but avoid a block pass. And Cooper's not going to get the job done unless he does that.
That's right, Larry. This is Supercross. This is a contact sport.
Now, he had the chance right there. Matasovich went way wide, and Cooper could have taken the line away from me, but he chose not to. Let me run something else by you, Marty. Could Cooper be waiting? Would he rather maybe do it on the last couple of laps and not give Matasovich the chance to do it back?
Larry, right now, Cooper is staking Matasovich out. He's following him, seeing where his weakness is, and he's trying to get close just before that weakness so he can put a clean pass on him.
Now, both Doug Dubach and Jeff Stanton are past Jeff Ward in that battle that is just slightly off the pace. And here we are with the front runners, and there's Damon Bradshaw. Incredibly, Damon Bradshaw has passed Jeff Ward and is closing on Jeff Stanton. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Marty, I don't know what to say about that. Damon Bradshaw is just off the pace with Jeff Stanton. Look at this. He's in the screen. This is unbelievable.
Bradshaw's riding another race compared to these guys, Larry.
And meanwhile, Cooper and Matasovich just hammering each other. Coming out of that tunnel, Cooper might have the pass made. Let's see what happens. No, Matasovich held on. He's the stronger rider. I thought Cooper had the shot there, but no, he didn't. And Cooper had a chance there, and he didn't take it.
Watch through the whoops here. Horsepower to suspension.
Cooper has taken over. Can he hold on?
Last lap.
Let's see what happens. Oh, and a second week in a row, both Cooper and Matasovich goes down. Matasovich, I don't believe it, hit Cooper on the helmet. Last lap action, and neither one of them are going to win this one. Incredible. Doug Dubach is out front. Here comes Stanton, and right behind him, Bradshaw. This is unbelievable on 1 lap to go. Unbelievable race action. Watch Bradshaw. Bradshaw's going to pass Stanton. He definitely does. Now he's got Dubach, his Yamaha teammate, in front of him. This is an impossibility. I can't believe that Bradshaw was able to come back that strong and that hard. This is the most incredible race we have seen all season. Dubach has never won a Supercross race. Is it going to be Dubach or Bradshaw? Doug Dubach! Doug Dubach took the win. An unbelievable, just an unbelievable situation. Damon Bradshaw rode the race of his life. He was so far back, and he came all the way up to finish in the number 2 position. Marty Smith, you tell me, look at Bradshaw. Have you ever seen or been involved in a more incredible race in your life?
Never, Larry. I've been involved in racing for over 20 years. I've never seen a race like that. Bradshaw was probably going a good 3 to 4 seconds a lap faster than anybody tonight on the course.
This is just incredible. Bradshaw, Doug Dubach. Let's go back, Marty. We want to take a look at that crash with Cooper and Matasovich. We're going to bring that up, take a peek, and maybe we can see what went on. It looked to me like, well, I'm not going to call. We're going to take a look at it. You tell me what you see. Here they are side by side through the whoops. Now let's watch it. Up over the top, Cooper's made the pass.
Okay, right now, Cooper's trying to move over to the left side to get the inside line. Chicken does not want him there. He gasses it. They both hit the jump. Cooper took Matasovich's front wheel out. There was no room for 2 bikes in one line.
So, who's fault? Here's Dubach and Bradshaw. Dude, this has to be the happiest night. They're both pumped. There's Brian Lunas in the center of the mechanic for David Bradshaw. And David is incredibly happy for Doug Dubach. And not in your wildest dreams would you have imagined that Doug Dubach would win a Supercross event. A tremendous, he's just a great guy and a great rider, but he has never shown the promise to win one of these events. And Marty, he rode the wheels off the motorcycle tonight, was in the right place at the right time.
That's right.
Got the job done.
That's persistent. He was right up there. Without being up where he was, he wouldn't have had the chance or the opportunity to win this race tonight.
I say again, it is the most incredible evening of racing, this main event, that I have ever seen. It had everything. Just everything. So Doug Dubach has always been just inches short of the big wins, and frankly, you kind of fall into that rut and you think maybe he's never going to get one. He had it tonight, the biggest of all, and everyone is happy for Dubach. It doesn't seem to be a team barrier at all. Here's a look at the results. The riders that finished behind Doug Dubach. What an incredible race. Bradshaw finishes second. That come from behind effort. Stanton third, Mike Fisher fourth, Mike LaRocco fifth. We'll be back to talk with the doctor right after this. Won by Doug Dubach, the post-race festivities in full swing. Marty, let's go back and take a look at what I think is a key pass in this thing in Bradshaw's drive. Here's Doug Dubach now. He's leading, but watch what happens with Bradshaw and Stanton.
Larry, I think that Bradshaw was just going so incredibly much faster than everybody in the race course that anybody in his way is going to get past anywhere.
I don't know how Stanton made it underneath that tunnel. It looked like he was being shoved way out to left field. Bradshaw indeed was incredible and certainly was going faster than anyone else, not to take anything away from Doug Dubach. And speaking of Dubach, let's go down to Winner's Circle where we're going to find the happiest man in the U.S. of A. His first ever Supercross win, Damon Bradshaw joins him on the rostrum.
Yeah, this is the first AMA Supercross I've won here in the United States. I've won in plenty of them overseas, but this is my first here, and I just can't explain it. I'm real happy.
Happy indeed.